Welcome to the college football playoff. The season's had plenty of ups and downs, and all the drama has led up to this point, the first round of the 12-team playoff. And a home field advantage for one side. This place is rocking. And our matchup tonight sets up a potential Cinderella story. The last team to qualify for this 12-team playoff on the road against a team that likely believes it should be resting and watching this first round game on TV. This is a dangerous spot for the home team and a chance for the underdog to spring an upset and move on to the quarterfinals. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this college football playoff gets underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. So the Hurricanes offense comes on the field first today. And this quarterback, of course, Kirk, he's the guy that stirs the drink for this team.
Talk about the total package. He runs it, produces it, directs it, acts out all the scenes. He's the whole package. I love a quarterback who understands the ins and outs of a football game. This kid plays like he wrote the manual.
Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Good, tough running here by this Miami Hurricane running back. Nice job up front to be able to pave the way, to be able to come up with a Canes first down. And tell you, the way he's playing right now, all those famous alumni that Miami have, got to be watching this game and being very proud.
The defense drops him for a loss. They went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. They bring him down after a short gain there. The catch makes it a more manageable third down.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
And he's got it. That's an explosive gain. They've got him, but the gain all the way to the 28. And the Canes pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going. They're going to run it. Fighting off the defender.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, there's nothing better for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback kind of get into a rhythm early in this game. Another great completion. This guy is off to a great start in this big playoff game.
They'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
QB to the tight end for a completion. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a first and goal for this offense.
But it's another completion by this quarterback. Another great gain in a first down, and already over 30 yards through the air. This quarterback is in a zone here.
He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. This offense comes out immediately, gets points on the board. Welcome to the playoff.
Man, that's coming out on the field with a purpose. Look, it's playoff time. Everything you prepare for is earned here and now. And that opening drive was the fruits of that preparation.
BAT is good. They jump in front 7-0. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Returner looking to make a play here. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. So the Ohio Bobcats offense comes out for their first possession today. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback still with the football. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big third down now for this offense. They're down early in the game, all the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert right here.
Fires it on the move. It's intercepted. Threw it across his body. Short return tackle at the 21, but that's a huge takeaway for this defense.
Nice job by this defense jumping on that football to come up with the interception. And not exactly how this quarterback envisioned this game starting. His very first throw of the game, he puts into traffic, and he costs his team in a big way.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Sophomore brought down after a nice run.
Well, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
The Hurricanes come to the line with 1st and goal. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. And the defense wraps him up.
A pretty good push up front here by this offensive line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Pass caught. Can he get in? To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Hey, I know it's only the first half, but let's face it, Chris. You've come this far. This is a playoff game. When you get inside a 10-yard line, you can't settle for field goals. You need touchdowns. Let's see if they're able to come up with it here.
The pre-snap motion from the offense. Here's a run call on 3rd and goal. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
How about that, Chris? They run the football here on 3rd down, almost pick up the 1st down. What it does, though, is gives them a much better chance if they decide to go for this of picking up that 1st down.
So instead of a chip shot attempt for a 2-score lead, they keep they've got him a sack to end the drive. What a play by this defense.
Instead of getting points here and going for the field goal, this offense decides to get aggressive, and the offensive line gives up the sack. It looked like they miscommunicated. The defense, to their credit, is able to get after the quarterback, and they come up with not only a stop, but now they get the ball back themselves.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop. The offense pinned back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented. It shows you the physicality he has against the run as well. Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
And their fair catch is made, a smart decision in rainy conditions like this. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. The last possession, they moved it down into scoring position, but got stopped on 4th and goal. Got to put that behind them. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. Deep ball caught inside the 10. He's brought down at the 6. The offense will have 1st and goal right there.
What a big play here by the quarterback and the receiver. By having an opportunity to make that big play, now they have a chance to put the ball in the end zone.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and suddenly we're looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Great job by the defense so far. It's 3rd and goal from a long way out. And he drops back in the gun, looking for 6. And he's got it. Touchdown, Miami.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
extra point try coming now. With the extra point, the lead is 14. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. The Ohio offense back out there now. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. And they put something together in this drive. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
The offensive line will have to regroup after the sack. It's 2nd and 13. They're going to run it. Matt gets the carry. A change of direction. He's swarmed by the defense. Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41. And they make the first down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And the Bobcats bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll field the punt. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time. Looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
Well, that's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
And he's looking to make a big play downfield. Catch made down inside the 10. The tackle is made, but the gain sets the offense up. 1st and goal from the 9. This defense is reeling now. 1st down and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line. These are tough yards to come by. Positive yards. Good push inside there by that offensive line.
Offense facing 2nd and goal. They'll try to power it in right up the middle. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown for the U.
And that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
Now to try here for the extra point. He had the extra point, and the lead now 21-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up at the 17-yard line. And looking to throw now on 1st down. It's a short completion to the tight end. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this 1st quarter. As we take a break for the quarter here, it's Miami in front. And the 1st quarter is in the books. What is a huge opportunity for both these programs to get a step closer to a national championship. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Quarterback keeps the football. Breaking free at the 35. Hard running there, breaking tackles. Tackled all the way down to the 25-yard line. Suddenly, they're in great position to get points. The Bobcats hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
Well, he beats the defense with his legs and his speed, but also with his mind. Does a nice job of coming down the line, reading the defense, making the decision to keep the ball, and then finding that lane to pick up those great yards.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. The pocket breaking down.
That's another sack for this defense, Chris. If I'm not mistaken, they've had a lot of pressures. I think that's their second sack of this game. And this defense has a lot to do with why they have this nice lead here early in the game.
Close to the tight end. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's first and goal. And the Bobcats moving quickly down the field here. They'll try to run this one in. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line. But how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, they're getting closer, but they're obviously thinking that this is 4-down territory. At this point in the game, trailing the way they are, they've got to come up with a play to put this ball into the end zone.
Third and goal. Looking to throw for it. Looking to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. Return starts from inside the 5. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. They finally get him, but that's a great return. The last line of coverage guys just able to corral him in a great spot to start this drive. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They've really built momentum in this game. It's been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
Second down after that previous play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Receiver makes the grab. He'll go down right there. Worked his way for a short gain, but not enough for the first down.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
Stop at the 43. This offense picks up another first down. The Canes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Looking to throw it on first down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Nothing open downfield, so we'll just throw it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Breaking tackles. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain. Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up fourth down.
Well, it looked like the quarterback had everything that he needed there. Had great protection. Receiver ran a nice route. Just not able to convert there on that third down. Let's see what their decision is on fourth down coming up.
Well, the offense failed earlier in a 4th down attempt. They'll try it again here. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And they'll set up now for the extra point try. Extra point is good, and they're in front now, 28-3. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Returner looking to make a play here. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Here comes the Ohio offense back out on the field. The last possession, they moved it, but settled for a chip shot, so sort of an unsatisfying result. Looking to do more here. And he will make the first down, tackled at the 26.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan...
And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And that ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. Going to have to make some adjustments there and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Quarterback drops back, looking to scramble. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen.
How about this by the quarterback? He takes a negative play and turns it into positive yards and slides down before taking a big shot. It's an excellent job of getting down to avoid that big hit.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Good job here by this offense coming up with this first down on that third down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters. You need points on this drive, and they're able to have that chance now with that conversion.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
Here comes a handoff. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looks to his left and makes the completion. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. Pass complete. It's second down now. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Defense makes the tackle on the ball carrier.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Their first level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Bringing pressure. And a sophomore making an impact play.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you've got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient and precise. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. After second effort, he's brought down, but he's past the marker.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Running out of time in the pocket. Has no one to throw to there on third down. And now it's a fourth down coming up. The Canes will line up to punt it away. And here's the fair catch by the return man. Here comes the Bobcats offense back out there. Remember the last possession, it was a long march, but it stalled. They came up empty. Can they find the end zone this time? Gets rid of it on the move. And he dumps it off to the tight end. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. Second down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. It's caught downfield. He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the +47. And the Bobcats looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Here comes a first down pass attempt. He's moving out of the pocket. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. Pass protection a serious issue. Another sack makes it second and long. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Quick throw testing the middle. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Catch made across the middle by the running back. Tackle made after a big gain.
Now we're starting to see this offense look like they've looked all year long. Listen, to be able to get to a playoff opportunity, your offense has got to be able to show an ability to hit throws like this on third down. They hit it, they keep the drive alive.
Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. They look to throw it here on second down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-holed. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
Defense is coming after him. Trying to create outside the pocket, but they got him for a sack. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. So they're short on fourth down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. This one is right through.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So they settle for 3 here, and now the kickoff. See if the opposing offense can answer before halftime. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They were forced to punt it last time. Now they're looking to respond and add to this lead. So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? First down, looking to throw the ball. Lofting it toward the left sideline. It's a huge gain. He's got it inside the 30. Tackle made quickly, but a big chunk play for this offense through the air. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking for the wide out. And that's incomplete. Just 8 seconds remaining now.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Makes the catch downfield. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. One more play before they head to the locker room. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And he's going to go down as time runs out. They passed on the field goal attempt and come up empty. And that'll do it for the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, we wondered all week what this matchup would look like. So much at stake in this win-or-go-home game. And we've been treated to a fabulous first 2 quarters of playoff football.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. The Ohio offense back out there now. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. And they get the second half started with the running play. They get him to the ground about the 18-yard line.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down after that run on the previous play. The shotgun running play call. And he'll pick up the first down, stopped at the 27.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Snags the quick throw. Fights off a defender. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Well, defending this guy, you need more than one defender. You really got to stress rallying to the football because this guy can make people miss.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so second and 4.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Finally out of bounds after a solid gain. There is a flag on the field, so let's check this out. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense getting set. Second down play here. From the shotgun now. Here's a handoff inside. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Christian, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
The Bobcats starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. He's going to pull it down and run. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
Second down play coming up. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. Finds his man. He's brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be first down yardage.
Hey, it's a game, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Out of the gun now on third down. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a first and goal now. And the Bobcats line up with a first and goal. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
And it's first and goal. You're thinking about trying to score. You're looking at positive yards. Instead, you're going backwards. It's going to set up a very important second down call here.
We'll hand it off. 0 running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, I just don't know about short gains like this, especially keeping the ball on the ground. The clock keeps moving. They need points on that scoreboard in a hurry. Got to throw the football. You cannot afford to allow this clock to keep ticking.
On third and goal, they've got to cut into this big lead. Probably 4 down territory. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio.
You put 5 wide receivers into a formation that puts so much pressure on the defense. Do you have enough guys that can cover? Quarterback does such a good job of finding the weakness and exploiting it.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And the 2-point try is good, so the lead is now 14. Now they get set to kick it away.
Ohio, 14.
They'll return it from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. Empty set now. 5 wide receivers. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. He's running out of time here. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
I'll say this. This defense went in at halftime, made some adjustments, and they look like a different group here in these first few plays.
So behind the 6, second and long from their 14. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. And they heave it deep downfield. He's got it down the left sideline for a huge gain. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air.
Just a great throw and an even better catch here by Miami to be able to come up with a big play for this offense. Just, oh my gosh, just an embarrassment of riches when it comes to Miami in the wide receiver position. You could say not recently. They've had some pretty good players, but you go back, Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Santana Moss. I just could keep going and going when it comes to the Canes.
Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Second down, we're going to throw it. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
Here comes the Ohio offense back out on the field. The last possession was just old-school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. And he cannot escape the defense with a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
They got some ground to make up. Second and long from the 15. Off play action, he's looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket now. Tries to get loose on the scramble, but it's brought down after a short gain. now for the offense. They'd hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. On third down, he drops to throw. The pass rush closing in. Just gives up on the play, throws it away, and now it's fourth down. And the Bobcats will bring their punt team onto the field. That's his fourth punt already today. And this will be fair caught at the 35-yard line. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield to the 48.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
First down, looking to throw the football. He'll take a deep shot here. Catch made inside the 10. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. This quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Bobcats offense back out there. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? First down here for this offense. They'll give it to the running back. They stop him right at the 24.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
And now the running back's got it again. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
They'll run it. Hand it off to the running back. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a third down. You trust that offensive line to come up with a first down, and they get it.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer. Chris, I think the pressure is taking a toll on this quarterback. You can just tell the pass rush is affecting his progressions and his willingness to throw it away.
They punted 4 times already on the verge of a 5th. They can't convert this third down. Drop him back. They're going to throw for the first down. Makes a quick grab. The completion picks up about 8 yards, but sets up a 4th down play now. Bobcats will line up to kick it away. Already punted 5 times now today. And that sets up a return. And the returner is brought down. And the Miami offense is back on the field. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He stays alive. Slides down will avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Handoff here from the shotgun. That's good for first down yardage. They'll spot it at the 37.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Ball carrier brought down. What is the final play of this third quarter? Kirk, as we take a break for the quarter here, it's Miami in front. With 3 quarters in the books with a chance to stay alive in the playoff at stake, let's take a quick look at the stats so far. And now entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now fourth down.
How about the call here? They go with the screen on third down and short. You don't see that called very often. They're not able to even complete the pass, so no chance at a conversion. So we got fourth and short.
Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. Looking for a deep completion. He's got it near the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. And the route is on. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today.